Hello guys. Sorry, was I a few minutes late? Oh yeah, I was about 2 minutes late coming on here. We literally just got home from the dentist, like maybe a half an hour ago. I had to come in here and I had to get everything set up. I was at the dentist at 12:30 this morning, so because of where we live, I had to leave here at 11:30 this morning, so I didn't have time to get all this stuff prepped. But I'm here and I'm ready to stamp with you. Sorry, my face is a little screwed up. I'm still a little numb. Let me get you guys pulled up here and make sure I know what I'm doing. All right, where did I just put my pen? Okay. Gotta write something down really fast. Let me get you guys brought up here. Oh, what is going on? So grab your drinks and we are going to be working. Hi, Melanie. We are going to be doing the butterflies. Look at my hair. Isn't this horrible? I need a dye job bad, but who has time? Kids have to see dentists. I have to see the dentist. And oh my goodness. So I'll tell you guys here in just a minute. Let me make sure we're on here and we're going good. Where is my iPad here? Okay. Oh, let's turn this down. Is it really choppy for you guys? Because it looks like we're pretty choppy on my iPad here. Oh, well, thank you, because you know what's so funny is I had no makeup on. That's why I was 2 minutes late coming in, because when I went to the dentist and they're pulling on your face and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't putting makeup on this morning. It just was not gonna happen. I was like, nope, not gonna happen. So I just ran in and I have this like compact of, I think it's like Bare Minerals or something like that. I just quickly just brushed it on, put a little bit of blush, and I was like, okay, we're throwing some mascara on and we're calling it good. So thank you for your kindness. Because as you can see, the hair's not done. It's just kind of thrown up because when you spend the whole dang day in the dentist, who wants to do all that? Okay, let me get my laptop out of the way here because I don't need it sitting here. I have... Patty, you just found... Okay, yes, you're there. All right, because I just saw when I was just moving the computer, I just saw that you messaged me. Yeah, no, I don't ever send links. I can't pull up on my computer. Huh, that's weird. Hold on, let me see if I can even see me on my computer. I was scared because right when I went on live... because all of our lights and stuff have those special light bulbs in here where they're connected to, I'm going to just say A, because if I say it, she's going to go off over there. You know, the little device that says, how can I help you? The A. Okay. So all of our lights, and I'm in my daughter's room because that's where I have my craft room. Okay. So all the light bulbs, duh, are connected to A. So when the internet goes out, A goes out, okay? So when I hit the live button, all of a sudden, the light, her lamp goes crazy, the what's that thing called? It's the Amazon Glow. That it will go, or the Alexa Glow, that's what it is. The A glow, we'll just say that, because it glows at night. It's like my daughter's nightlight in here. So it started flashing, so I was like, oh great, my internet's gonna go down right when it's time for us to do this. Sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained because I was trying to remember that I needed to see if I was live on my computer. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I am live on my computer now, so I can see it. So maybe there for a minute, because my internet was acting funny, maybe that's why you couldn't pull me up on the computer. So you might want to try again, because I can see it right now. I mean, I'm in delayed time on my computer from what I'm doing at the moment, but I'm going to turn that off though, because I don't need all these devices going, because I'm going to really screw myself up if I try to do that. So let me get my computer out of the way. Oh, and don't let me forget, I have a bag, like seriously, a bag full of spring Easter cards that I joined a swap. This was my first swap that I've ever done with all of my team members that we do it. One of the ladies from our team, she sets us all up and we do a monthly swap with everybody. We had 22 cards that we swapped this time, or in this swap that we just did. So I had to make 22 cards and send them off to the one who puts this on. And then she disperses everybody's cards out to everybody. So I want to make sure I show you those because they are so stinking cute and they will give you guys so much inspiration, I hope. I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't, but... Oh, good. You did get it brought up. And that was on your computer, Patty? I hope. So, a couple things that I want to go through with you. Number one, which I didn't do my intro because I'm kind of all over the place right now. My name is Danny Garola. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Tucson, Arizona, which is in the USA. That's too many. Oh yeah, it was a lot. I'm telling you, I was like getting these things. I had to, in the middle of it, thank God there's enough time. I had to order another cardstock pack because I ran out of the Calypso Coral, the ones that I was doing. My blog is stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. You will find all of, yes, from the swaps. You will find all of the cards recipes that we are putting together today, which we're working with the those brilliant butterflies, or Butterfly Brilliance is I think what the bundle is called. But oh my gosh, my upline did the cutest cards. So I'm kind of copying or casing. That's what it's called. I am casing her cards and they are so stinking cute. You guys are going to fall in love with this set if you're not already in love with it. If you're watching this at a later date from YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Once we hit 50 subscribers, I'm going to have a pretty darn good giveaway. So I would appreciate that. Also, if you are on the blog, go down and hit that follow me by email. Put in your email address. Then every time I post anything like today's video will be along with all of the cards, along with all the recipes on how to make the cards. I also give you the ingredients on what to make with these cards. So you can just click right on the little image there and it takes you right to my store where you can go ahead and purchase what you need. But once you put your email address in there, it will let you know every time I post a blog. It'll come right to your email and let you know, hey, you know, Danny from Stampin' the Pink Barn has just posted, and probably even give you the heading. And I don't know if it shows you the whole thing. I think it does though. Without further ado, let's get into Funday Monday's winner. Number 30, which was last week, those men cards that we made, manly cards. Winner, chicken dinner is Miss Jerry Ann. Let me get this camera flipped around for you so I can show you the cards. First, may the 4th be with you. I think that is the cutest thing. I know Melody saw it. Our new catalog comes out on May 4th. So I thought it was kind of cute if I said, hey, may the 4th be with you with the new catalog. I don't know if you're into that Star Wars stuff or whatnot, but hey, it worked. Our retiring list will be out March 24th, so I will make sure I share that on the blog and on Facebook. Celebrations comes again in July and ends the end of August. I have a new host code, which I showed you guys, or told you guys that I would get the new one out. That's going to run from March 9th to April 5th. Okay, so if you spend over $150, do not use my host code. Stampin' Up! Is going to give you some rewards, and I want you to have those rewards. I don't need those. If your order is under $150, just go ahead on the blog, up at the top on that right-hand column, there is, put the new host code up there. It says current host code. Just copy and paste that. Then when you go into your orders, and at the end, when you go to pay, down at the bottom where it says enter host code, you click on that and just hit paste. Because you've already copied it, just paste it in there and then you're good to go. And that helps me tremendously with being able to bring you cards as giveaways. It helps me to do the giveaways when we hit the amount of subscribers on YouTube. Also, between now, or for the month, or actually I'm going to do that at another time. So anyway, so the host code runs March 9th through April 5th. Okay. I know Patty just said the same thing, that she was having a hard time getting on. I'm thinking it had to do with because my internet went down. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because I'm watching now, and I mean, it's a little choppy, me watching myself, but nonetheless, we're going to try to roll through this. All right, let's get you guys turned around. Let me take a drink really quick. Oh, let me tell you something really quick. Patty, I already have you in there to have Stampin' Up! Send you a new catalog. So, don't know if you mailed them. No, I have not gotten them yet. I will not get them until, well, I'm going to probably get them darn near the same time Stampin' Up! Sends you yours. So, any of my current people who are interested in catalogs, if you let me know by the end of this month, I can go ahead and have Stampin' Up! Send them directly to you from the Stampin' Up! Plant. Because otherwise, if I have to wait for them to come to me, it's going to take even longer, because I'm going to get mine around the same time you get yours, and then I have to package them up. I have to go to the post office, and then I have to mail them to you. So that's going to take even longer. So anybody who wants the new catalogs, please let me know by the end of this month. But Patty, absolutely. I already put you in there. You're golden. Thank you, though. All right, let's get you guys turned around. Oh, no, that's what I was going to tell you guys really quick. Not that it really is relevant, but yes, Frida, you're in there too. I already have you on the mailing list as well. So I've already got yours in the Stampin' Up! Thing. So yes, you're absolutely on the list as well. When I was saying that I went to the dentist today. So the craziest thing, I know that I have such a huge problem with numbing medications, like not working on me very well. They had to put 10 shots in my mouth to get me numb. When he kept hitting it with the drill, oh my God, it sent the worst shocks through my head. You are very welcome, Frida. It sent shocks all through my head. It was ridiculous. So that's why it took me from being there at 12:30, because they got me back there pretty darn near right when I got there. So from 12:30 till 5:15 when I got home. Or about 5:15, 5:30-ish is when I got home. So yeah, it was ridiculous for one tooth. One. And that was not a root canal. That was just having a filling done. Crazy, right? Of course, me, of all people. All right, let's get you guys flipped around. All right, I think that looks pretty good. You guys aren't seeing my feet, and let's move it this way just a hair. All right, this is the current host code. This is the one that is going to be going from March 9th, which we're past there, through April 5th. All righty. Okay, so I said, oh, let me turn this light on over here too. I hope I didn't break it. I slammed it the other day. I tripped over the foot of my chair. Ah, good, it worked. I tripped over the foot of my chair, slammed into the lamp that's sitting up over here, and wound up slamming it into the top of my cardstock stuff. All right, these were those manly cards. I hope you guys checked out the blog and saw how to make these, because these don't have to just go with this set. By all means, you could do these kinds, I mean, changing up the colors and that kind of stuff. But this little easel card could absolutely be done with these butterflies. Just take the little tiny butterfly, stick it here, and do one of your bigger butterflies here. Just saying, these cards can be done with anything, any paper. So there's those cards, Miss Jerry Ann. You need to let me know which one you want. Is Jerry on here yet? Nope, she normally comes in just a little bit. All right. Get those put away so I don't lose those. All right, let's get this going. Look at this paper here. I finally got the right paper. I told you guys that I messed up and I ordered the wood grain, which is right here. Which I think I might use a piece of this tonight, but this is that wood grain. Oh, that's probably a horrible glare on there. But this is that wood grain paper, and it actually has a texture to it. Not sure if you can see the texture. I don't know how well that shows up in camera, but it is definitely textured like a wood grain. All right, there's that. Then here is that beautiful Butterfly Bijou Designer Series paper. These are, let me get some out here. I think you get, you get quite a few, because I think there's only 5 designs actually. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 designs, and you get front and back. So that's the front of that one. That's the back of that one, that rainbow. Then there's this one. There's that one with, oh, I love that. I didn't even see that. That is gorgeous. Oh, I love the colors. I'm such a pink and purple with that teal color. Oh, I'm just a fan of the colors in this. All right, here's this one. So one side is going to be more of a, let me flip this over, more of a butterfly, and the other side is going to be more of like a watercolor design there. The other really cool thing, let me show you the rest of these papers, and then I will show you the other really cool thing that Stampin' Up! Did with these. Let me make sure I get all of them out here. Oh my goodness. There's that one, the blues with the yellow. That's the back side of that. And then here's this one with the back side being that watercolor splotch. And then this one. And then, oh, look at that neat design with that Bermuda Bay. Oh, love that color. All right, so let me show you something with this paper right, where did I put it? Oh, there it is, it's hiding. All right, so with this one right here, let me show you something when I grab out the set. All right, I kind of just vaguely showed this to you the other day. Ugh. This piece right here is all one piece. And when you run it through the die cut, it cuts out each one of these butterflies. This matches up. Voila! Look how amazing that is. It lines up with all of those butterflies, all 6 of those. So all you have to do is just run this through your cutter, through your Big Boss, and you already have 6 individual butterflies cut out for you. And it even cuts out the little antennae. So pretty cool. Just wanted to show you guys that. So that is the paper. Let me put that away really quick so I don't get that thrown all over the place. Okay, so as I was saying, you can cut out each individual. So this is all one big stamp, which we are going to use today. I'm going to cut the big I need to get out a piece of Whisper White. And this thing is filthy, but it doesn't matter, that'll work. I'm gonna take this big block stamp and I'm gonna set this right on this big block. Because when I stamp this, you stamp the full set there. Okay, and then I'm going to need that as well, so I'm gonna set that out. But what's even cooler is even if you, and this has to go with the Big Boss, just telling you, the Mini Boss, that, not sure if you guys can see that or not, but the Mini Boss will not work for this, with these dies. Now the individual butterflies, right here, look how cool those are. They are individual that cuts out these fine details. That's the one that I showed, where they at? Like this one right here, how it shows like the veininess. That is that one right there of the butterflies. Isn't that neat? So very, very intricate. This one's not intricate. It's just gonna cut this out. Like here's one done in Rococo Rose. And that is this one right here, just cut in this. So it's only been stamped and then taken out of that one, okay? So just to show you the difference and the versatility of what this can do. All right, let me grab a piece of Whisper White and we're gonna stamp this big stamp. All right, let me cut. I thought I had a piece out. I don't know what I did with it. All right, we're just gonna get a whole sheet here and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna kind of measure what this is. I'm just gonna kind of measure my block because, so that's a 6 by, we're just gonna say 5. All right, so I'm just going to cut this at I'm gonna cut this thing at 5. By 6. So just cut that little piece off. Again, I hang on to it because that's just me. Oh, actually, I should probably keep that out because I'm gonna need a scrap for a couple of the cards that we're making tonight. All right, so now what I do is I take my Memento because we're going to be using our Stampin' Blends on these to color these in. So I want to use this ink. And then I just take this and I make sure my pad was just juiced up with re-ink. Now you can choose how you want to do this. And I've done it both ways and they both work. I just, for me, this is just the way I do it. So you do you. Because this is a foam pad, you don't need to lay anything underneath that. I brought this over here just in case because we're gonna do some blending in just a minute. But I take this and I lay this down and I make sure I'm on that stamp set and I just lay it straight down and don't move it. It has to stay right where it is. So make sure one hand is holding it in place. Take the other hand and just rub over that ink all along there. Make sure your hand doesn't twist it, so you don't have to apply a bunch of weight, but enough that you know you're gonna get a fine detailed print with that ink. Okay, then when you go to lift it off, just peel it right off real quick. Look at that, beautiful. And this is okay, because I pushed on the edge and I got some ink on it. That's okay because our die is gonna cut that out. So let me get these cut out and shown to you. I'm going to put this on here. So I think that's what I was gonna tell you guys earlier. I think for April, for that month, anybody who puts an order in for $75 or more, but at least a $75 order, and that's a purchase order, that's not including taxes and shipping, I'm going to throw in a free chamois for each one of you. Okay? These things are amazing. I think everybody needs one, but I want you to spend money on your items that you want, and I'm going to throw this in free. I'm going to purchase this and give this to you as a bonus for buying with me. So, wanted to give you guys that, but that's going to start in April. So, April 1st, if you put in an order of $75 or more and used the host code, and this host code will change on the 6th, because this host code is just going through April 5th. I will, ooh, there's a bug, or not April 5th. Yeah, April 5th. Then I will change this, and then you'll have a different host code to put in. But I'm not worried about you adding the host code. I'm just telling you, if you place an order of $75 or more, I'm going to throw in and send you a chamois. Not my dirty, gross one. You will get a brand new one. And it won't be in a case. You're going to have to purchase a case if you want to do that, or however you want to store it. But I'm going to be giving you, as my customer and as of support, I'm going to give you an extra bonus of a chamois. Okay? Just want to let you know that. All right, let's get this thing cut. My son, it was so funny. This is the first time he's had to have shots going to the dentist. And he was freaking out on the way there. He's like, Mom, I think I'm going to need them to give me laughing gas. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle getting a shot, because he's so scared to death of needles. He just freaks out. And I told him, I'm like, dude, you're going to be okay. I'm like, you know, if you do plan on going to the military, which that's what you're talking about, trust me, little man, shots are going to become something that are just going to be kind of second nature. And he's like, oh no. And I go, I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm just being real with you. So he's like, okay. So I told him, I go, what you need to do is take your phone, take some headphones, and shut your eyes when they tell you that that's what they're going to do. And then, so look at that. Look what that does. That cuts out each one of those. And this, okay, I'll throw this away. But you know what? Let me tell you something that you can do with this. Say if you're going to do a card and say you want to do some sponging, you can lay this down as a template and use your blender pin or your blender. Where did I put my blenders? Oh yeah, that's right. I put them away. Watch. Let me show you something really fast. So you can take your blender brush, grab some ink, lightly dab that, kind of just run that first part off. Then you could take this and you can roll this around something on a white, basic white piece of paper. It doesn't even have to be white. You can do this on tone. But look what that would do. That would just give you a faint butterfly. I mean, obviously I would need to add some more color to that, but you can see where I'm going with that. So that's another good piece for this. Because what I've kind of done is, as you saw down there, when I was taking my colors, I was just inking some of these things up and just cutting them out and then having them in my drawer. So when I need butterflies, they're right there for me. All right, let me get this thing put away because I don't need this anymore, because I made sure the cards that we were making were going to use each different butterfly, so I don't have to keep inking things up and doing that. So let me get that out of the way. And let me get this out of the way. All right, so we have 6 butterflies there. So our first card is going to be with Daffodil Delight. This one is going to, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here, which here's our card base. Our card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score this at 4 1/4. So make sure I have my light gray. Oops, my light gray is going to be my score. So I'm going to put this on 4 1/4, and I'm going to score. So now I have that fold there. This piece here is 4 by 5.5, so it is 1/4 of an inch smaller than our base. So let me take the bone folder and make sure we varnish this. Okay, we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna run it through the brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. Now, as you can see, the brick go this way, but since this is pretty square, when I set my paper in there, I set my paper in there this way because I want my bricks to go this way on my paper. Now, the good thing about that is why they did that is because say you wanted this card to go this way and you wanted your brick to sit this way. Your cardstock will fit in here whatever way you want to go with this. So I like that they did that because a lot of our embossing folders are this size. These are like, what, 4 by 6 or something? I don't even know. Okay, 4.5 by 6 1/4 maybe. So these, I couldn't take this paper. I mean, obviously this design is not one that would be needing to go this way or this way, but as you can see, I can only lay that cardstock in there. So if it was a design that only went this way, that's what I'm stuck with. I can't turn this like this, okay? So I like these big folders that they started doing them big like this. Okay, so we're gonna run that through, and that is what we come out with. Look at, okay, I don't know if you can see the texture of this, but some of the bricks are bumped out a little bit more than others. Some are more detailed than others. It looks like a genuine brick wall. Okay, so that is going to go on the front of our card. And see, did you see how I did that? With the magic of videoing and camera and TV, I didn't even really have to run it through the embossing machine. I already had it made. Pretty cool though, huh? All right, so that's gonna go on the front of there. We're going to take our designer series paper, which is that beautiful butterflies that I was showing you. And this is cut at 2 by 5.5, just like our card here. Or no, because I didn't cut it at 5 1/4, I cut it at 5.5. All right, so let me cut that. All right, there we go. That is going to go on there, just like that. All right, this is where I was saying, I think I'm going to use, what did I cut that out for? Oh, that was for the inside of the card. I think I'm going to use this on the circle. Let me see if I like that. Because oh, Jerry, did you see you won last week's cards, those manly cards? You were the winner. I was waiting for you to come on. So you need to pick between this one that has that kind of neat fold, that's a birthday. This one, that is that easel card. This is more of like an I love you, thank you for being part of my life. And then you have that one with the matching, and that's a birthday as well. Okay. And let me see, this first one was you make the world a better place. Thank you for being part of mine. Another one of those, you know, you can kind of give for anything. All right. Okay, so the way that she did this is she did the circle in the middle where we're going to put our butterfly. She did vellum behind it, which is kind of just that. I'm going to cut one of these out though and see, and if we don't like it, then we'll just go ahead and put the vellum on there. And I didn't even grab my circles. Hold on. All right, layering circles. We need the 2 1/4. So let's see if I have which size 2 1/4 is going to be. And that is it. Voila. I think that was about 2 1/4. Oh my goodness. This thing is like stuck. Yep, that's about a 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut it out of here. If we don't like it, we're going to use vellum. But I just wanted to see, and since I have not put this card together yet, I wanted kind of your guys' opinion, because you guys are the ones that win these cards. So, you know, you guys should be able to tell me, hey, I don't like that, I like that. And then if you're going to purchase anything, you need to know that, you know, I really like that card, but I don't like it with that. So I'm going to like it better with this. Because how else are you going to see if you like it or not until I cut it? Okay, so let me get this and show you. Where did I just put the... I just laid that thing of layering circle somewhere. Now I don't know where to put them, but it doesn't matter. So if I take, let's go ahead and color this first though. So we're going to come in with our Daffodil Delight, dark and light. And I already have one colored because I was planning on making this card just so I saw how it went, because I like to have one made before I make it with you, but like I said, I didn't have time today. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to wing it on this one. We're just going to put it together for you while you guys are watching. But this will kind of go right here. We will color one, but... And then the butterfly would just kind of sit like that. But I don't think I like that. I think we're going to go with... I think we're going to go with a piece of vellum. Because seeing that, it almost washes out that coloring. What do you guys think of that wood grain behind there? Man, Facebook is acting screwy. It keeps telling me that you guys are... Like when the blue one. Oh, you want the easel one? Jerry? Is that what you're telling me? You want the, cards falling everywhere. Look at that. That's a neat little kind of spring Easter card, but it just fell. You want this one, Jerry? That easel card? Good choice. Okay, I'll make sure I get that to you. Okay. Oh, what do you guys think with that wood grain behind there? Let me show you a vellum circle and see what you think of that. I just got some more vellum. This is 8.5 by 11 vellum cardstock. This is item number 101856. All right, so let me cut a circle out of this. So see, that's where I probably couldn't find my circle dies, because I needed to cut another one out anyways. And I know you guys have seen me use vellum in the past, but it wasn't Stampin' Up! Vellum. And now feeling the difference in this vellum over the other stuff that I was using, this is a really nice quality vellum. It's got a really nice thickness to it that I didn't realize that vellum came in different grades, I guess you would say. But now feeling this, it definitely is better than the other stuff that I had, which doesn't surprise me with Stampin' Up! Because they always make sure we have the best quality of items. You do pay for what you get. I'm a firm believer of that. And me being a cheap chick, I can say that. All right, that's with the vellum behind there. What do you think? I know it's subtle, but that's what that would look like. Or, okay, Jerry, I'll make sure I get that one to you. Circle is too small. Okay, so you think I should do a bigger circle. Now, that being said, should I do a circle that is... So you like it without the circle and just the background. See, that's... What if I did it with like a scalloped? That's a hair bigger. That's a scalloped circle. Or would that take away from... There's a bigger circle. Or there's the... That would be a bigger one. And then the butterfly would sit on that. So it could be either the vellum or the wood grain. I don't know. I don't like the wood grain on there. It's just too, I don't know. It just kind of drowns it out. So let me try this one. Where did I just put that vellum? I just had a piece. Let me cut it out in the bigger one. And then you tell me if you like the bigger one or if you still like it with just the background. And I will add dimensionals. Absolutely. Yes, it has to have dimensionals. You are correct. Because we have to bump that up to show. So see, it'll sit like that and it's going to be lifted. That is the plan. But I'm just trying to see if we like the vellum or if we don't like any of them and we just like this popped up. I just think the vellum just adds a little bit of different aspect to the card. So I'm gonna just use this bigger one here, and we are gonna bump it up, absolutely, so we can get this card made because we have 3 other cards to make. And then now you guys will know, so when you go to make your cards, you will be able to say, okay, she made it like this, and since it's my card, I'm not gonna make it like hers. And I'm going to tweak it to the way that I like it because absolutely, it's your card and it's from you and I want it to be your way. Okay, so that's there. This is going to go right down on there. Okay, and let's color this, and I'll show you how I did this, because that one I didn't do very well, because that was just kind of a cheat one for me. So I'm going to come into all these places that are already shadowed, that Stampin' Up! Did a great job of shadowing for me, and I'm just going to take my dark Daffodil Delight, because this is Daffodil Delight here, and I'm just going to kind of go over the shadowing that they have already created for me. And you don't have to be precise because, I mean, it's a butterfly. Butterflies are so many different gorgeous colors that, you know, maybe this butterfly actually needs some blue on it to go with this paper. Again, sky's the limit. You do what makes you happy. I'm just kind of just sticking with one color for time's sake because like I said, I have 3 other cards to make for you guys. So did you guys see the pictures that we went up to, we took Caden up to, what's it called? The ostrich farm. Oh my gosh. That girl, I'm telling you, she was in heaven. She was so happy, not only to be around all the animals, but that, and then I'm going to come in with the light and just go to all the areas that have the white to it. Just kind of blending that darker color in with it. She was just happy to get out of the house, number one. But I mean, yes, she does love animals and stuff, but she was so funny when we went. The very last animal that you see are the stingray. And oh, because normally things don't bother her. She's normally just that kid that just kind of go with the flow, whatever. I mean, she's nonverbal, so she can't really tell us that she doesn't like anything. But when those stingray came up to her hands, she literally jerked her hand back like, oh, hell no. What am I touching that slimy thing? But it was so funny because, like I said, she normally doesn't react. She just kind of takes everything for what it is. But this stingray came floating up to her hand and tried to they were feeding him squid. And she jerked her hand back, and she knew that she did not want that thing touching her. And I mean, she probably gets reaction. She probably acts over things because I overreact. I'm very overreactive and loud and kind of crazy. But I just told my husband, I was like, you know, that's so crazy that she was actually kind of reactive towards it. And she knew that this thing was going to touch her, and she kind of didn't want it to. And she jerked her hand out of his hand and was like, nope, you go ahead. But we went to feed the laricates, and I'm holding the little cups of the juice. They give you these little cups of juice to feed the laricates. I'm just going to take a little bit of dark because it doesn't seem like it picked up too much dark in there. So I'm just going to kind of come to some of these little areas and put some dark in there. So we go to feed the laricates, and again, me and my overreactive self, I'm holding these cups, not knowing that this laricat is going to jump on me and steal the juice. I mean, it literally took its beak, it picked the cap off, it grabbed the thing and took off flying with it. I was like, are you kidding me? How are we supposed to feed you if you're taking the food and running with it? But I was like, oh, no, no, no. And then it jumped up on my neck, and I was freaking out, and I took because I had 2 of the jars. So I took the other one and I gave it to a lady that was I don't know who she is, but I was like, oh my God, get this thing off of me. You have to take this. And they're in there just cracking up because here I am, this grown woman, screaming or not screaming, but I mean, freaking out because this bird is sitting on me. But I would have been okay if it would have came at me slowly, but I had just walked through the door. This bird flies over to me, snatches the bird juice out of my hand, and was like, peace out. You know, thanks for feeding me, but I gotta go. So I just take these little wings and I bend them in for more realistic looks. And I'm going to take my gold Wink of Stella and shake it for a hot second. Okay, and I'm just gonna do hers body here, because this gold because it's gold, it has kind of a yellowy tint to it, and I just like the way it looks in the inside of its body, and it has that shimmer. And then you can always take this shimmer and add it to some of these other spots here, because it does add a little bit of that darker effect to it, which I kind of like, because then it looks like it's more toned. And you're adding sparkle to it. All right, so that's that. So I'm gonna put this on here with my glue dots, if I can find what the heck I did with them. Oh, there they are. All right, oops. I'm gonna take a couple glue dots and just stick it right down like the center of its body because I want its wings to stay upright. So just like that. I'm gonna then attach it to this, but since I know that vellum is see-through, I'm only going to put my dimensionals here and here, because we're gonna pop that up like you were talking about, is giving that lift to that. And I could potentially put a couple like here and here, but I think that gives it enough lift that we don't need to be crazy with it, because if somebody wants to really pop this up, we don't want them staring at dimensionals underneath there. We want them looking at a beautiful card. All right, so I'm gonna move that over quite a bit so our wing is not hanging off the edge of the card, but that's there, and we can still see that beautiful DSP. All right, isn't that gorgeous? And this is for our inside of our card. I'm going to grab the Happy Thoughts. Love this set. And I'm going to put a just wanted to send some happy thoughts your way on the inside of that. There's my stamp pad. Butterflies everywhere. Yeah, one year when we were up in Seattle and we went up to the Space Needle and stuff. I mean, I didn't go up in the Space Needle. That was for everybody else in the family because I'm afraid of heights. I'm kind of the pooper in the family that I don't do heights. I don't do animals and critters crawling on me. I'm the one that just enjoys watching them have things crawl on them. So when we were up there, there was a butterfly exhibit thing that they had set up there by underneath the... Oh, shoot. See, I screwed that up. See how I pushed too hard? So we have a backside of this. So yeah, so when we went up there, we were up at the Pikes Market and we went up to the Space Needle and that kind of stuff. And underneath the Space Needle is kind of like a carnival type thing. I don't know if you guys have ever been up there, but they had a butterfly exhibit thing that the kids went into, and these huge, and it was almost like a monarch. I guess they're called monarch butterflies. That they're, I mean, the thing was this huge. It almost kind of looked like a moth because it didn't have like vibrant colors or anything, but just ginormica. And the thing lands on my son, and back then my son was, oh my goodness, he was probably like 3-4 years old. A lariat is a kind of a bird. It is, if you saw the pictures that I posted the other day, it's that bird that has the like really bright orange beak with the greens, and they're very beautiful birds, and they're called lariats. And they're kind of vicious there and steal your stuff. But yeah, no, so this butterfly lands on my son. And like I said, I'm not a fan of creepy thingies touching me and being around me. But I mean, it was neat because butterflies don't bite. They don't do anything but fly in butter. No, I'm just saying, no, I'm not freaked out by butterflies. Now moths, on the other hand, I don't like moths touching me because they always leave, like if you ever swat one, which I know that's not cool, but you know how they leave that gross dust? I'm just like, oh, no, 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 I don't want that anything. All right, so there's our first card. It reminded me when I saw this great big butterfly in this set. It reminded me of that trip that we took up in Seattle. So yep, that circle is popped up as well. And our butterfly is, wings can go up and down. So when it's in a envelope, you're not going to see so much of this being up. So, but when you get it, you're going to want to pop those up. So when you're setting it for display, it's beautiful. All right. Again, I'm not going to, because we've already you know, gotten into this. I will make the envelopes for it. So what I'm going to do, like with most of my envelopes, I'm going to take the matching DSP and put it across the top, kind of like here. So I'll make that matching paper as the top of the envelope. There'll be photos posted with the cards. All right, so that's card 1. All right, card 2 is using Magenta Madness. Let me get the card set up so I can see what I'm doing. I have a scrap of, this is our 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. So let's do that. This one is more of, what did I say I was, oh, there's a fly. 4 1/4. And see, and that's the hard thing, is because where I sit, there's a huge window right behind me. And with all my lights going during the summertime when bugs are like crazy, they literally like come through the glass. They don't, but I mean, there's little like seams in the window where your 2 windows connect. Those little tiny gnat bugs will come through though. And I'll be down here stamping and one of them little suckers crawl. Oh, I'm like, get away from my stuff. You don't belong here. Go back outside. But it's like 100 degrees out there and it's cool in here. So I get why they want to be in here. All right, so that is our cardstock there. Let me get my notes up here so I can give you guys the right dimensions. So we are going to, okay, let's put my dimensions somewhere where I can see them. Ah, I'm shaking everything. It's like a hurricane. All right, where am I gonna, I'm gonna set my notes over here because it's gonna fall over there. So we're going to fold this in half after we've scored it. Then we're going to grab our bone folder and varnish it. Who came up with that word, varnish? Like, that's just kind of a weird word. I kind of like saying it, but it is weird. This is going to go landscape style. We're going to use a piece of, aren't those colors together just stunning? We're going to come in with the Bermuda Bay. And this is 2 by 5.5. So 2 by 5.5. We're going to do some spritzing. So I'm going to use my spritzing little box thing that I have here. So I'm going to take the card, I'm going to lay it like that. I'm going to use my, oh, where is it? I'm going to use my Misty Moonlight Dark. I'm going to have the more, not, what is that end called? The more painter end, because this is more of like a marker end. I don't know exactly what it's called, but then I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to flick it. Can you see that? Just like that. And then your ink will kind of pool up here because when you're pushing it, I just take that brush and I just grab that ink back off because it absorbs right into the brush. Okay, I do that. But be easy on that end. You don't have to be mean with it. I mean, you don't want to mess up the end of your pen, but you just want to get enough ink on there that it kind of looks like a paint splatter. And this is why I do it in a box, because as you can see, this stuff is going everywhere. So I use kind of a deep box. Just like that. And then see that pooled up in there? I just grab it and it absorbs right into my pen. And see how it's down here underneath? I've learned, and I've already got it on my hands, because of course it's like a red pink color, because the blue didn't get on me. But I've learned that you have to hold the sides, because if you try to hold underneath here, your hands will be covered. Just telling you. And the best thing to get our ink off of your hands is using that lava soap. I'm sure you guys have heard of lava soap, right? It comes in like that red. Mechanics normally use it to get oils and greases off their hands. It works amazing. Amazing for taking our inks off of your hands. and off of anything else at that matter, because I scrub my chamois with it. Okay, so that's all we need there. So I'm gonna put this thing away because it's big and bulky. All right, I told you this was 2 by 5.5. That's gonna lay there. And then this piece here is that beautiful designer series paper. This is 1 3/4 by 5.5. That's going to go right on there like that. So you can see that Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to leave, you know, just an equal margin on the upper and lower of that. Then I'm going to use our, wherever the heck I put it, our linen. This is called linen thread. This is product number 104199. If I can get it in my hands. This I'm going to take and I'm going to hold on to it here, and then I'm going to wrap and hope that that thing doesn't hit the floor, because that happens. Actually, I need more on this end. I fibbed. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit more, come around, around and around. All right, that's better, because I have to be able to tie a bow, and I couldn't do that if I didn't have enough. And I am not the best bow tire, so yeah, that's a thing. But I'm gonna try, and I do it anyways, because not everything in life is perfect. But I try. I don't try to be perfect. That's not what I was saying. But I mean, I try to make bows just because. Okay. Just like that. And you can make your, I'm trying to tighten it, but it just isn't. Okay, there we go. Well, nope, that loosened up a little bit. Struggles in life be real with a bow. All right, there we go. That works. So I'm going to cut some of these off because I don't need them crazy. And now with this thing, I can move it wherever I need it once we put our sentiment on there. So I had that scrap. Where did I put that scrap of paper? I'm going to use our, of course, my Stitch So Sweetly, because, hey, because I use it all the time, because that is my go-to when it comes to sentiments. Like I tell you guys every time I'm on here with you, right? I always tell you, I use this or blah, blah, textures. Sure. Now I can't even remember. See there? Tasteful Textures, I think it's called, is the other one that is my go-to. My mom said that she just ordered it because she sees me use it so much. And I was like, you couldn't just borrow mine? And she goes, no, because you use yours all the time. So if I was to take it and borrow it, then I would leave you without it. I'm like, all right, fair enough. I'll take it. That makes sense. Because she was absolutely correct. I do use it all the time. All right, just put that on there. We're going to cut this out and then stamp our sentiment. So I'm just doing this. Actually, you know what? That's not the one that I wanted. I was talking too much and didn't grab the right one. I want this one. That's why I was thinking that was just looking not so the way I wanted it. All right. Now on your cards, when you go to make this, if you reproduce this card, hi Jamie, I didn't even see you in there. I did see the pictures, but I didn't look closely. Oh yeah, yes, a rainbow lariat. That's what they're called. Isn't the pink, yeah, isn't this Magenta Madness just to die for? Sorry, I didn't look up. I was busy doing my thing, and you guys are commenting away, and I missed it. So weird. It keeps telling me, like, I've seen you guys in here watching this, but then it keeps popping up saying, Patty is watching, Deborah is watching, Jerry is watching. Well, obviously they're talking to me. I know that they're watching. Ugh, Facebook, I tell you. All right, let me get these things out of the way and set that over there. All right, this piece, this is why I grabbed, because I knew I was going to be stamping on this. And I am going to stamp Happy Birthday from that set, the Happy Thoughts. Ooh, and how'd this thing get all messed up in here? I'm going to take the Happy Birthday down here and stamp that in that. And you know, I don't need it again. Why? I keep thinking that I need to have something under my stamp when I have the foam stamp right here. I don't know. Maybe when they did my teeth, they took part of my brain. I don't know. Having so many shots, I'm sure. And the thing was, that was so weird. After he gave me all the shots, I was laying there and I told him, I go, I need to sit up. I go, my heart is like really pumping fast. And I was shaking. I mean, I was like this, and I got really, really cold. And he goes, oh yeah, he goes, that's the epinephrine or epinephrine or whatever the heck that stuff is called. And he said, he goes, and you just got a big round of it. I was like, oh, okay, well, God, no wonder why I'm feeling, so I had to sit up for a few minutes and take a couple deep breaths, and then I was like, all right, you can go back to what you're doing. All right, so those are going to get, again, popped up on dimensionals. Put one there, one here, here, and here. That's what I'm missing is my take a pic tool, because I forgot to do something on the last card. And then I'm going to line this up kind of on my two sides. It's kind of hard once you wrap that stuff around there, but it'll be okay. All right, there's that. And then now I can take this and kind of just slide it a little bit towards the edge. Oh, I thought somebody was walking in here. Towards the edge of my, and see, and you can even spread these out if you want to make them kind of have more of a, I mean, your choice, you do what you want. And then this is going to go across here. But let me grab my, where did I put the butterflies? Oh, there it is. I need the two smaller butterflies. So in this set, there's this small one here and this small one here. I need both of those. That's why I have the scraps here of the silver and the magenta. So I'm going to take the silver foil sheet, and I'm going to cut out the, whatever that one is, the bigger one. And then I'm going to take the smaller one and just put it on a piece of the magenta there. And then I'm going to run these both through. All right, so here's our little, did it come out? No, we need our take a pic tool. And seeing I had it on the spatula, but now I'm just gonna flip it. And like I said, in all dies, we have these little tiny holes, and therefore doing that, so you can just grab your piece out of there that you need. And then same with this one, because this one doesn't want to come out either. And then voila, there you go, 2 little butterflies. Now I'm gonna put these, oh geez, see, I gotta put those away because they will become lost if I do not, now where, okay, there they are. If I do not put them away right after using something that little. All right, let's get this out of the way also. I swear, even if I had like the biggest desk ever, it would be even more bigger space to lose stuff, because that's the way it would be. All right, so let's adhere this on. What did I? Okay, I did. I also put dimensionals on that as well, because I was going to say with the thread, the linen thread, it normally doesn't work all too well with. And I kind of go crazy with dimensionals. You don't have to go this crazy, but it's just a thing I do. So look, I look like I have some weird disease that has all these little polka dots all over me. Huh. Don't tell your kids that that's what happens, because otherwise they'll come in one day, I can't go to school, I'm sick. Look, I've got these bumps, these weird colors all over my skin. You're like, yeah, right. I get you. Uh-huh. You've been in my ink again. Okay, there's that. Then what I'm going to do is take the little silver one and kind of bend it a little bit, and then take just a little bit of glue right there, or you could take a glue dot, either way, and then I'm going to bend the pink one also, and then I'm just going to lay the pink one inside just like that. Maybe just like that. There we go. And you got to hold it for just a few seconds to make that sure that it adheres. Okay, and then you can take these wings and kind of just flip them up a little bit like that. And then I'm going to take some of our rhinestones, okay, and my take a pick tool, and this little guy here, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue kind of up towards the up towards the top part of that little guy there, and just stick him right there at the bottom of that, where I'm not covering up any of the sentiment, because you want people to see that it says happy birthday. And then I'm going to grab one of our little rhinestones and put it right in the center of him or her, since it's pink. And then grab a rhinestone, put up here, grab another one, and come over here. There we go. So just a little bit of bling is all you need on there. Actually, I want this one. Can you move down a little bit? There we go. Just like that. Isn't that so cute? And I thought I made an inside for this card. But maybe I didn't. I don't know. So see, here's my trusty little, I labeled it with white cardstock, white card bases and inside bases. So I just have a few cut there and make sure I have them for all the time. Okay, so this says happy birthday. So where did our happy thoughts go? The little things that you do. Okay, today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, and the great things that you do. I like that. That's really cute. All right. What did I say? The great things. That's good for birthday. This is a really cool set. It's got, again, those innies and those outies, which you've heard me say, like, if the big print says happy birthday, then there's some really cute little sayings that go on the inside of the card to go with it. Oh, that's crooked. There we go. That's better. All right. So then the other thing you could do is you could take some of that designer series paper that we just used on the front of that card and cut off a little strip and put it in the bottom of this. Beautiful. Just to tie it all together. I hope I didn't just mess that up because I just bumped it with my head. So if I come in with a strip of that paper and just cut a, I'm going to use that one with the more blue in there, and then I'm just going to go up to the half mark. Actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am. That was a quarter mark. So I'm going to go up to the half mark, not quarter. All right, there we go. That's what I needed. And then we're just going to take this, but I want more this side. And see, and I should have did this before I put that on there so I can make sure I cut it right at where I needed it, but I'm just going to kind of, perfect. I think this needs to go this way. Yep. There we go. See how that ties that all together with that card? And that's why I wanted to make sure I had some of the blues, because the blues and the greens come across with the oranges. Okay, so there's that card. Again, the envelope will have this same DSP on there. All right, let's set those up there. And next card. The next one, we're using a technique that I don't think I have shown you guys yet. It's, well, maybe I have, I don't know. It's using the blender pin, or the blender pin. It's using the blender brush, okay? Kind of like I was just showing you on that other card. We need a thick whisper white, or thick basic white cardstock or card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5. We're gonna score it at 4 1/4. Our piece of Calypso Coral is cut at 4 by 5.5. No, 4 and 5 1/4. Let's get this thing folded. So if it was 5.5, it'd be the same size as the card. So no, 4 1/4. It's going to have 1/8 of an inch around it, and see, and I didn't even cut it right. So this needs to be cut at 4. And this is already 5 1/4. Okay, so 5 1/4 by 4 is what this piece is. This piece is going to go on the front here. Then we have a piece that is only 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this our basic white, gosh, they changed it on me and I can't get, for the life of me, I can't get that out of my head. This white piece is 1/8 of an inch smaller than our Calypso Coral. So this piece is basic white. It is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay. Now we're going to grab this thing, my mat here, just so I have, you don't have to have a mat underneath it. It can be just a piece of white copy paper. We're going to grab that ink pad. We're going to grab some ink onto our brush. Get these things out of the way. And like I said, I like to kind of dab some off a little bit so I don't get that harsh look on my card, because I want to be able to blend ink on my card. I'm going to kind of start in the center and just go work my way out kind of rainbowish, and I just go very, very light and just kind of get that ink to work around. I'm going to come in with a little bit more ink, put it off on there first, then swirl some of that color around. I want some white to be showing, so I'm not going to get too crazy carried away. Just enough to add a little bit of that color to the back. All right, that's great. And that was also using Calypso Coral ink. Now, oops, shoot, did I hit you guys? I'm going to grab this butterfly here and this guy here. I'm going to come in with my 2 Calypso Coral. No, that's Cajun Craze. Where is Calypso Coral? So I'm going to come in with the dark and the light. I'm going to take my dark and actually, I'm going to take the light first. I don't know why I grabbed the dark. I'm going to do the inside of this butterfly kind of with the lighter color. Okay, then I'm going to come in with the dark. And I am leaving that white just for a minute because I'm going to come back with that light and kind of transition those colors together. Okay, and then I'm going to do kind of the inside of his body here with this. I'm going to come back in with the light and just kind of blend. I know that is a horrid sound, but it's a good sound. Okay, so as that sits, that's going to blend a little bit more. So now on this one, I'm going to take the light, and there's a couple little pieces in the inside that I want to keep light, but then the rest of it is going to be dark. So I'm just going to come in with these few little pieces And I'm going to do the inside of his body light this time. Come in with this and this right here. I mean, these butterflies, there's so many color variations you can do with this to make this, you know, so vibrant in color. And again, Pinterest is your best friend to get ideas on these cards or on this butterfly. I mean, unless you're a very creative person, and you don't have to be very creative, but if you're a creative person, the skies are the limit with you in this butterfly. Sorry, I'm trying to make this coloring as quick as possible, but I want it to be looking good, because if you win these, you want them to all right, so there's our 2 butterflies there. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to come in with that linen thread again. And I'm going to hold it right here. I'm going to hold kind of a longer piece because, again, I'm going to try to attempt to make a bow. Around once and around twice on this one. Oh my goodness gracious. Sometimes my hands don't want to cooperate with me with this little tiny thread. It's hard to get in there and just grab onto it. But, ooh, we got it. Okay, there we go. Bring this in a little bit, this in a little bit, because I want us to see our bows. All right, now see what I do is I kind of spread these out a little bit. And then, because I kind of have a little bit of a hangover in the back, or in the front, and I don't like that squishy play in the front, I just tape the play in the back. Now that looks a little bit tighter. Well, not a whole heck of a lot, but let me grab a little bit more. So what I do is I just come in and I just grab those pieces and I just kind of squish them together, and then I tape it, because nobody will ever see it. That's much better. All right, there's that. Now we're going to take I got a scrap over here, but I've already cut one of these pieces out. Now I'm coming in with that tasteful, what is it called? Tasteful Labels. And I'm going to use this piece because, again, you guys will see me use these more than probably any die set I've ever used. Tasteful Labels and Stitch So Sweetly. Those are my 2 go-tos as far as sentiment pieces or sentiment labels. Okay, where'd that, there it is. All right, there's that piece. Now this is going to get stamped and then put on the front here. There we go. So let me come in and stamp this. We're going to put congratulations on this. See how well that clean. Oh, let me show you one that is full of ink. Full of ink. Come in here and rub it on this sponge, this chamois, and it's beautiful. There's never any residual. It's just, and then I take, because this case is not airproof, so this thing will start drying out, and if it dries out, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a good thing. You kind of want these to dry out every once in a while. And then just all you do is take it in, run it under water, and it will become pliable again. And wring it out with your hand. You don't have to get it completely, because you want to leave some moisture in it. But when it gets like this, it does nothing. It's still usable. The dirtier, the better, because that means you're actually using it. And like you, I don't know if you saw with this big stamp set here, when I went to clean it, what I did was I grabbed this out and I just took it and I wiped over it and cleaned it that way. So these sponge, or these chamois, are really a great tool to have. That's why if you guys place a $75 order in the month of April, you will get one free, because I think everybody needs to have one. All right, so I'm going to come in with that congratulations stamp. Sorry, those are hitting that, making a crazy noise. Okay, there's congratulations. I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on that. Just like that. But before I do that, I'm going to adhere this down to my Calypso coral. And like I said, there's going to be 1/8 of an inch, so it's just going to be a slight little bit of edging on that. Okay, here is my card base, there is my sentiment, and here are our 2 little butterflies that we have. So I'm going to place this right there, and then I'm going to move that up just a hair. To make that even. Okay, just like that. That bow might need some help when I'm done here. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of that one and put a dimensional on the back of this one. Kind of flip those. I just put my finger right in the center there and then just kind of push those wings. So now it has kind of a little bit of lift to it. I'm going to put that one right there. Again, my finger, and kind of just push those wings down. I just think they look a little bit more realistic that way. And then I'm going to put that one right there. Then I'm going to come in with those, there they are, with my rhinestones. And my take a pic tool, where, oh jeez. I'm going to take one of these large ones and I'm going to put it right up over here. Take one of the medium ones, put it over here. And then one of the smaller ones right here. And I'm going to have to retie that bow later because that's going to bug. Same with this little fuzzy that came off of that. And then some more dimensionals on the back of this piece. All right. All right, now that's gonna go on our card. Isn't that delicious? I just think that with this little bit of Calypso coral in the back of that just adds, oh, and it looks like I smudged, but I have another one of these cards made. Anyways, just adds so much to that card. It's just subtle, but beautiful. All right, so that is the second one. Oh, and congratulations. I think we can put in the inside of where did that one go? That I thought I had it out. Oh no, this is the one that I was gonna put in that. All right, so with this, we're gonna come in with, get this thing out of the way. The little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people. I think that's good for congratulations. All right, now since I'm stamping in the inside of this, I better get it right. Ah, beautiful. Woo! It worked. I hold my breath. I'm like, ugh. And again, what would be great is to just come in with some of that subtle, you know, and go across there. Or just add one of these butterflies down here in the bottom corner and make it the same color. All right, so that was that card. All right, where am I setting all these? All right, I'm setting these up over here. Oh, you know what, this card is not done yet. Hold on, I just realized on my other one what I did. Oh, that one's not even open. Ay, ay, ay. All right, this is what, that's white. I want white. I want clear. There we go. All right, what I did is I winked. Oh, you made me wink. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, it was kind of a stupid thing, but anyways, if you guys have ever seen, what was that show? The one with Dory and with the little clownfish. Oh my goodness, what was that called? I think it's sitting right over here in my daughter's stuff. Oh, Nemo, that's it, Nemo. That show, you know, when the little squid goes, oh, you made me ink. That's what I always think of when I use wink. Oh, you made me wink. All right, anyways, that was dumb, but anyways. So you can see just that little sparkle on those is just phenomenal. It just makes those little guys beautiful. Here's the other one that I made. See, I got my yarn or my twine a little bit tighter. So I'll be giving this one away. All right, so there's that. All right, and our last one is, we're going to be coming in again with our white thick cardstock. Again, this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. See, why can't it always run out of my mouth as smooth as it did that time? Like, it's just weird. Sometimes I can get it. Other times I'm like, duh, it's this. Sometimes. Too many things on the brain. All right. So, let's get this little piece out of here so I don't say anything wrong. All right. This is using a... Oh, so we're going to have to use the Ornate Flowers 3D embossing folder. So this is our card base. This has got that beautiful flower. Again, it's 3D, so those flowers are really gonna pop. So what we're gonna do with this one is we're going to take a piece of, this is just regular whisper or basic white cardstock. This is thick. So we've had that conversation before about the differences. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna put this about, I'm gonna say about 2, 3, whatever, about 3/4 of the way, maybe a little bit more than that, up in my embossing folder. So I'm gonna watch my sides to make sure my paper is in there straight, so I get a nice straight line down here. Okay, and then I'm gonna run it through my embossing folder, or through my Big Boss. Then I come out with this. You see how quick that was again? Woohoo! All right, so what I'm gonna do with the bottom of this is I'm gonna come in with the sentiment. It's gonna say thank you. So with this, we have a congratulations, we have a birthday, and what was the other one that I did? I did 3, or I did 4, or I've done 3. So what were the 3 sentiments that I've used? Congratulations. What am I doing with this? Oh, I'm gonna clean it. Oh, that's what I forgot. That's why that card didn't look complete. Okay. The very first card that I made, we're gonna have to go back to because I didn't add the front sentiment. No wonder why it looked kind of bland. That yellow brick one that we used, it's supposed to say something on the outside, and I messed up. Imagine that. Me messing up. Anyways, we'll go back to it when I'm done here because we're almost done with this card. Okay, so we're going to take thank you, and I'm going to stand up so I make sure I get this on there right. Yes, I'm human and I mess up, and I'm not afraid to admit it. It's just a thing. All right, so let me get some of these things cleaned off before all this stuff that I have coming around in here is, see how clean those get? Look at that. It's full of ink. I just run it on here, and I'm not even running. I'm just kind of lightly squishing it around, and they come clean every time. Unless you're using Stays-On ink. Stays-On ink is a different story. It's going to probably need its own cleaner, which we do sell that as well. This is a Stays-On, where is it in English? Stays-On cleaner. Okay, so this goes with the Stays-On ink, and whatever you do, once you, like, if I put this in that Stays-On ink, you would take this, tip it over, and run it across your ink pad, and then kind of take your finger and kind of move it around on there, get that ink to move, because it will stick to your pad if you don't get it off. Then grab your chamois and then rinse it all off together. So then you're rinsing the the Stays-On cleaner off too, because it needs to get off of your ink or off of your pads. You don't want to leave Stays-On ink or its cleaner on your ink pad or on your stamps. Whatever that word that I'm looking for. Okay, where are we at? All right, we're over here. All right, then you're going to come in with a piece of Magenta Madness, and this is a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. Then we're coming in with that designer series paper, and this is a 3 by 3. That's going to get attached to that. Oh God, I just love that back of that paper. This is one of those papers. Don't just buy one of these packs of paper. Make sure you buy 2, because I'm telling you right now, if you don't buy 2, you're gonna hoard it, and then you're never gonna want to use it, and then you're gonna be mad at yourself because there were so many beautiful cards that you could have made, but you were too busy hanging onto this paper because you just thought it was too beautiful to touch. I'm just telling you because it is the God honest truth what happens with all of us. So I need to buy another one because I love it. I love both sides of it as well. Okay, that's going to go in the center there, but again, we're going to come in here with our doohickey here. Okay, I'm going to come to the front and I'm going to hold a chunk so we can make another bow. I'm telling you, these cards have been the most challenging for me when it comes to bow making, but I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing it because this linen thread on these are just beautiful. Something about the linen thread and butterflies, they just kind of go together. Let me get some of this excess out of here. And you know how they always say practice makes perfect? Well, you know, I've practiced making bows daily almost, and I just can't get it down. So my practice is just not working or something, because I have a heck of a time making bows. All right, well, that one at least worked out. That one was at least tight on there. Okay, but I'm going to pull this because I don't want this bow so crazy big. There we go. A lot of excess to cut off, but that's okay. All right, that bow actually turned out quite decently. And I had the little bag for this, but now I don't know where it is, and that's okay. We'll just throw this stuff over here. All right, so now we're going to come in with, this piece is going to go on, well, let's make sure we get this looking good on there. That's going to go there. Then we're going to get our, what butterfly are we using? We're going to come in with this butterfly. Let's get our Magenta Madness pins. I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to do this little piece here. And then I'm going to kind of come up here and do the edge where that dark and then I'm going to do this. Piece here. All right, then I'm gonna come in with the light. Let me take a drink really quick. Man, that anesthesia that they used today made my throat hurt. Maybe it was from swallowing all that leftover garbage. I mean, they had the suction in there. They didn't have me swallowing a lot of it, but you know when you're sitting there and you get a taste of whatever they just shot in your mouth and you're like, oh my god, I need water. Okay, So I'm going to take the dark one more time and just come in here and darken this up as much as I can. And as it dries, it does change, because right now they look very similar, the two colors. But now you can see, now that I just did a second coat on there, the difference in the dark and the light. I'm just going to do the body in the dark. Okay. And what are we going to do? We're going to take rhinestones. I'm going to take 3 of the little ones and just go, actually, I'm going to take that one there. I'm going to take one of the medium-sized ones. I'm going to start at his head and then take another one in the middle of his body down here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can spread those out. You can put them on there how you want. Okay, get those out of the way. Alright, come in with some, let me get the rest of this glued down really quick here. So I started my keto diet again because as I've been home, I've put on 10 pounds and I could rip my hair out because it makes me feel very unhealthy and very just blah. And so I started my keto again, and so today, since I left so early, I had some eggs and some sausage this morning before I left because I had to make breakfast for my daughter, and then I wanted to make sure that my son ate something before we went as well because I knew he was going to be sitting there a long time with me, and he doesn't have, I mean, he can't drive yet, so I wanted to make sure he ate something, so I made breakfast. And then on the way home, like I said, it was like 5 something. It was after 5 o'clock, and I was like, oh my gosh, we haven't eaten since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm like, I'm really hungry. But there's really not too many options out there. Where we were, there was a McDonald's. And, okay, I'm not going to McDonald's. I'm on a diet. That's not happening. Not to say that McDonald's doesn't have like the bunless burgers and that kind of stuff to keep things low carb, but I didn't want to go there. It wasn't something I was craving. So, I had to get gas anyway, so I told my son, I go, okay, we'll stop at the little mini mart up on, before we head up over the hill. And so when we stopped, guess what I bought? It's a mini mart. How many choices do they have for keto? I bought myself some of those damn little, and they're an addiction for me, and they are not healthy by any means, and they are not keto by any means, but I bought myself some of those, oh, what do they call them? They're like a crumb cake donut. They're those little tiny donuts that you get like in a roll. Oh, man. And then I bought them thinking that, okay, they're soft. There's something I can chew because my mouth is still numb, so I don't bite the heck out of my mouth. And then I had, what did I have? I had like 2 of them. And then I was like, yeah, not in the mood for those. Well, it was kind of like hurting my mouth to eat them. So I haven't eaten anything all day. But it's so weird because once you go on keto, you find yourself not really being hungry. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I haven't really eaten that much, but I'm really not that hungry. So your body kind of changes as you've been on that. And I've been doing it strong for, I think this is my 4th day that I'm going on. Yeah, because my app tells me, okay, you've done it 3 days strong. You need to... And since we kind of ran out the door this morning, I didn't log in what I had for breakfast. So it's been yelling at me all day. Make sure you log. You're on a 3-day streak. Don't break it now. So when I'm done here, I'm going to have to go log in what we ate for breakfast, our eggs and sausage. So there is our last card. That is our thank you card. So let me come back in here because I told you I forgot to put the sentiment on our brick card. So our thank you, I don't know if there's that was our congratulations card here. And then we had our happy birthday card there. Yeah. All right, so let me see. We didn't have a thank you. So what was going to go inside of our thank you card? Did we put anything in here? Just wanted to send you some happy thoughts. That's right, because thinking of you is supposed to go on the outside of this card. But, you know, it doesn't have to. Because this thinking of you is supposed to be stamped, and then I'm supposed to cut it out. So I think that might add something to... So you know what? I'm just going to stamp it. And where I had a piece of white. Na, 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 na. All right, come on. There it is. Oops, sorry, that was loud. Okay, thinking of you. So what do you guys think of these butterfly cards? Are you like in love with them yet? Do you have some great ideas in your mind for the way you want to use these? Are the wheels a turning? Now that I've kind of shown you what some of the possibilities are with this and how this big stamp gets used with those dies that cut all of those out. I don't know why I'm holding this block. All right, so that's gonna get cut like that. Finding Nemo. Yes, that's it. Finding Nemo. That's the name of that show. Of course, the one who's got 2 little grandsons, she would definitely know that. And her grandsons are still very young, that would be something that they would. But her grandsons are very into, Miss Jerry-Ann, into the dinosaur thing. So this is kind of the new, like the thing that's trending right now in card making, is cutting out your sentiments. It's kind of just a thing right now. Just FYI. And then that can go like right down here, or it can go right up top. I think it's going to fit better at up the top, because I don't think I can lift that off. No. I think it needs to go down at the bottom, but it's just not going to happen right now because, like I said, this is, yeah, that's too adhered on there. So it's just going to go up at the top. And it actually needs to go on dimensionals as well because of that brick. So what you do is you just kind of trim, and the thing to know is move your paper, not your scissors. Okay, so that means when you're cutting, move your paper along while you're cutting. Keep your scissors straight, cut, but move your paper with your hand so you don't get those funky, jaggedy edges, and it just works so much nicer. There we go. That is so what that needed. It needed the thinking of you. That's why it kind of looks so bland to me. Thinking of you just wanted to send you some happy thoughts your way. Yep. All right. So there are our 4 cards. Let me show you guys really quick. What are we doing on time here? Dinos and fish. Oh, yes. Going to the big saltwater fish tanks are... Oh, you guys have a saltwater tank. Oh, gosh. The color of saltwater fish are just amazing. My parents had a big saltwater tank when I was growing up. And, oh, they would come home because we were in Southern California at the time that they had it. And the fish that they would get were amazing. The colors are just beautiful. I mean, freshwater fish don't do saltwater fish justice. But saltwater tank is very difficult to kind of take care of because there's a lot more entailed with that. All right, so I've got a couple extra butterflies here that I can go ahead and keep and make more cards with. So I'm just going to put those in my drawer, and I have that great big yellow one that I could go ahead and make another one of those cards. So I just stick those in there. I'm just kind of trying to clean things up really quick so I can show you guys those swap cards that I was in on, because they are truly the very coolest. And I want you guys to have a little bit more inspiration, because those were spring Easter cards that we made. So let me get those out and show you, because there's some really cool ones in here. All right, look at this. It stands up. It's like a 3D card. Look at the elements of that. Well, I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but you push these in. It lays flat when you're mailing it. And then when you push this together, it has that 3D effect in the inside. And I love this saying, happy Easter, happy spring, happy, happy everything. And this was done by Judith. She made that card. Great. This is using that tulip set. Oh, you know, there's going to be a horrible glare. Oh, but I hope those aren't glaring too bad. This is made with that tulip set where you can buy the tulip punch. And then she used some of that, this upcoming designer series paper that's coming up soon in the new catalog, which may the 4th be with you. This card is, I figured out, this is so cool. Oh, this one was made by Jan. This one is by Dee. And this has, if you can see here, she's done 3 different cuttings of this same hydrangea. This is that new set that's inside of the the JJ mini catalog. This is the hydrangea set. This is happy, that same saying, happy Easter, happy spring, happy, happy everything. The colors in this hydrangea set, and she's also used some Wink of Stella on there. But purples, I'm telling you, when you see a purple card, it just kind of draws your eye. Here's again using that butterfly. Look at the wink that she's put on there. I hope that that's not glaring too bad, that you can see that wink on there. And she's coming with this orange, that's probably that mango melody that we have, along with that, the yellows that we were just using, the daffodil. And then she's used the Bumblebee designer series paper that's coming up, along with the Bumblebee rhinds or gems that we have, the little gels. But in the center here, I have to show you what she has used, because I didn't even think about this until I saw this card. See how it's kind of raised in the middle of the body? She has used our shimmer effect, our shimmer crystal effects. You take this, it comes out pretty thick. I use it a lot of the time for Christmas as raindrops, or I use it in like a scenery. We had a really neat scenery in our Christmas catalog that I put this along the ground so it looked like the ground was shimmering and that it was wet, like what a winter, you know, scenery would look like. But she's built it, she's taken this and ran it across the inside and along the antennae and it's got these little tiny pieces of glitter in it, so you can see that in there. So cool. It almost looks like a gel in the center of that butterfly. All right, this one is out of the thing. This one is by Pam, so I can show you kind of the inside of this. Look how cool that is. Thinking of you. And then she's used those iridescent beads that I've used previously on a card. And like I said, the purple, for some reason, those purples just really and that was using Gorgeous Grape over there. This is using Highland Heather and some of the Gorgeous Grape behind. But see how she's done this? She's used the scallop oval along with the regular oval, and then taken a Gorgeous Grape oval, oh my goodness, if I could get this out of here, and she has off-centered it from the Gorgeous Grape. What a neat way of using those. Sending hugs and prayers and lots of love. Oh, see, this is neat. This is one of those, what do they call, what do we call these? Those landscape cards or portrait cards. That's really neat. Very cool. That one's by Debbie. Look at this one. These eggs right here come in that wreath builder set. We've used this ribbon, which is that double-sided ribbon where one side is more metallic-y than the other. That's that Rococo Rose. That's probably one of my go-to favorite colors. Really neat. She used the scripted embossing folder behind. That's Happy Easter. Look at this one right here. Again, and that one was made by Ruth. This one's made by Patty. She has used our amazing, which every time I see it, I'm like, God, why haven't I used that yet? It is the neatest. Oh, goodness gracious, where is it? I'll have to make something with it. But it is this rainbow effect, and it goes into greens and oranges and yellows, and she's used it all along here. It is our rainbow glitter paper, and then she's embossed the cross, and then again used that scallopy, or the script embossing folder. But look at that window, so it looks like a window pane of a church. May the beauty of Easter fill your heart with hope. Isn't that gorgeous? Neat Easter card. Here's another one using those butterflies. That Magenta Madness that we just used along with the bumblebee. And this is one of those cards that opens. And I'm not sure who made this because this one doesn't have a... This one doesn't have a name on it. Maybe it's inside here. Oh, no, it's not. Look it. It's one of those Z-fold cards. You are unique and completely amazing. And you know, butterflies are. Each one of them are unique in their own way. Here's one of those using... This is by Lisa. This is using that paper that I told you that I love the back side of. And then she's even put Wink on the background paper here. Used black with white embossing powder. And then put Wink all over that. And then used the crinkled ribbon. Here's this one. This is by the lady who actually runs our whole swap. Her name is Kathy. She made this really cute Easter card using that lamb. This set is in the new JJ Mini catalog. She also went ahead and put some of those iridescent pearls on there. Isn't that cute? Look at that. She used that stamp set that I used the other day. This is by Jackie with the butterflies. And this opens where this piece opens here, and then this opens here. And there's that beautiful paper that I love. And she's used the Bermuda Bay here, and then this is Coastal Cabana. Look at those two colors together. I think we've made some cards in the past with those two colors. Actually, I think it was right here. Oh, no, I didn't. But I used that same Pretty Perennials on that, but I did it with Peacock and the Coastal Cabana. And there's that gorgeous paper again. Here's this one. This is by Sue. And hers is actually sealed, so I can't open it. But she used Pretty Perennials as well. And again, all these cards, like this one here, I believe is using that Tasteful Textures. This right here is from Tasteful Textures. Both of them are. Look at that. This is that black and white paper that I've used in the past, which was on, I don't remember which cards we used. But look at this. I loved the way she did this. She took, and this is by Deb, she took and cut these little sentiments out and then just put them on a different color background. She used Old Olive for the back and then Mossy Meadow here. And then here's that chick set along with the Pretty Perennials. Very cool. Let me see if this one, oh no, that one's sealed too. But I think this opens and then this one opens. Look at this one, again, using that Pretty Perennials and that Highland Heather, beautiful purple. I think, yeah, that's the Highland Heather. And then some of that Designer Series paper, which I can't think of, that's the Happy, something Happy. This is made by Dion. Those colors are great together. That's that, it's either Terracotta Tile or the Calypso Coral that we use today along with that purple. Wouldn't have thought of that combo, but that is gorgeous. But I guess because of the paper, very cool. Here is that paper that's called, I had it right here because I just used it the other day. It is the Ornate Garden paper. On the back side, it's this. She used a hint of color on just a few of the flowers, but it's typically just the gold and the white. And then she came in with the gold foiled paper here and cut. I love how she did this in the center and then did the bumblebee as the outside. And that's from Kathy. Here's this one. And she did blending on all of this, but separated this circle from this piece, did this floral. Amazing. Just amazing. Came in with some ribbon on here, added this. This is part of that oval trio, or oval, it's in the new set. I can't remember what it's called. Oval something. And then came in with some of these pearlescent pearls here. So cool. And that dragonfly is, and the dragonfly is in the new set as well, in the new JJ Mini. This is that In Bloom set that we used a while back. This is using the Night of Navy with the great Granny Grape, or Grape, Granny, no, not Grape. Granny Green, Green Granny, what's it called? Granny Apple Green. That's this color. Jeez Louise. So neat. Love the colors on that one too. And then there's that subtle embossing folder as well behind there. Then there is this one. This girl is only like 12, 13, something like that. She's, her parents run it, but she does everything. She joins our swap. She's joining the new swap for April. So happy to see this card. She did such a cute job on this card. Her name is Erin. Oh, this one was made by Deborah, and this was made by Lisa, and this one was made by Kathy, if I didn't tell you who. I mean, not that that's... Again, coming in with those gorgeous colors with the blending. She did that masking in the back and then came in with the tulips on the front. Again, the Granny Apple Green and that Highland Heather behind. That is made by Dawn. I just want to give, credit to where credit is due. So I'm not throwing out people's last names, but I just want to make sure people know who they are. Here is that painted texture embossing folder with the Ornate Garden paper that I was just talking about from the other card. using a couple different colors. This is Pear Pizzazz along with the Old Olive. And then these are those daisy punches. She did one in the subtle embossing folder and then one with just plain to just give those flowers some texture. Lined it with the Old Olive card base. Just a beautiful card. Then this one. This one is made using that, oh my goodness, I just had it. The Wreath Builder set. And she's used the one and then turned it on the other cutting of the builder, the wreath. Came in with the butterflies and some pearls, and then also used the Wink of Stella on there. And this card is one of those where this centerpiece is what opens. And that is made by Jay. All right, you guys, I didn't have mine in there because mine went to our team leader who was on vacation and didn't get to join the swap. So we all agreed that she could have our cards instead of, because normally we would get our own cards back in our swaps. But this time we were like, no, let her have them. She does enough for us. We can give her our cards. It's 100% okay with us. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and spending your evening with me. Don't forget, that's the current host code. And if you purchase in April, you will get a free chamois if your order is over $75. Please visit the blog, the Stampin' the Pink Barn blogspot.com for all of the dimensions in the cards that we've made today. Also, there will be the ingredients in there that you can just punch on those things and add them to your cart as you go. And on this here video, this live Facebook video, if you like, comment, or share, you will be entered in the drawing for next week's Funday Monday, and you could win one of the cards that we made today. You get to pick, just like you saw me do earlier. We picked, the person who won got to pick from the 4 cards that I made last week. So if you are the winner, from this video, you will get to pick from the 4 cards that we made tonight. All right, you guys have a great week. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing you guys on here and seeing your comments and having you guys help me with making these cards, because come on, we're in this together. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I can start doing live classes. And I know that's not going to include all of you, but I'm going to try to figure out a way that we can go live, but I'm not sure how it's going to work. So I'll keep you guys informed on that, and just keep watching the Facebook page, because I'll probably still do a Facebook Live one day a week. I'll still do the Funday Monday, and then do one of our classes here locally. I think we're going to probably do it down at the VFW, but I got to get in touch with them and find out how they're feeling about that kind of stuff. But I don't know, just something I kind of want to get out and see people and do our thing, and, you know, get together with everybody and have great card making conversation together. So have a great week. See you guys later. Bye-bye.